Okay, so I'm going to unbox some Novatec R3 Tubular Disc wheels. So while I'm doing this, I should point out that I was sent these by Novatec free of charge to ride cyclocross on next season. But I should also point out that I chose the wheels before Novatec chose me, so to speak. So I was looking at replacing all my cross wheels, so that's four pairs of wheels. And so I needed something that wasn't going to cost a huge amount of money. I wanted something that's lightweight, something that's robust, because cyclocross tends to be reasonably heavy on the rims. So picked out these wheels, contacted Novatec, and they were kind enough to send me 4 pairs for myself and my wife to ride. Okay, so in the box, first of all, some bits of paper. So Novatec wheels spoke tension diagram, so this is quite interesting. Instead of it just being having a note saying it's all been signed and checked off, we've got little charts here showing that the tension of every spoke has been measured, and what the displacement of each spoke as it was being measured means in terms of the tension in kilograms of force, and so on and so forth. So I'm not entirely sure what their tolerances are, but nice to know that they've all been checked. Okay, so what else? Now we've got a box of parts. I've got a warranty card, and some quick releases. Now I haven't opened it yet, but I've ordered these wheels with 12mm through axles, so presumably they've just put the quick releases in. So I suppose these must be stacking up in factories around the world as everybody's moving to distance through axles. But anyway, they'll be useful on the road bike. We've got some Endcaps. So with Novatec wheels, the Endcaps on the front hub can be replaced so that you can move from 15mm to 12mm axles to quick release. So these are the quick release ones. So I probably won't be using those. And some valve stem adapters, so valve stem extenders, always handy. Okay, delving in deeper, we have some spare spokes sellotape to the inside of the box, so nice that they've sent those. Hopefully I won't be needing them. And the wheels, so okay, starting with the front wheel. Let's have a look at the weight first. I was very taken with the quoted weight, and if I weigh this one, I've got 620 grams there. So we'll add that to the rear one in a moment and see what the total weight comes to. I'm always looking for cyclocross wheels to be below the kind of 1.5 kilo mark for the pair. That's what makes them a reasonable set of racing wheels, I think. So we've got 620 grams to the front there. Looking at the wheel, so it's a 26 by 38mm rim. I have some calipers, so it is indeed 38mm. The width of the rim, so it's slightly wider, that the 26mm is part way down the rim. Whether that's for structural reasons or aerodynamics, I'm not quite sure, but you're actually, the width up at where the tubular is going to be seated is nearer 25mm, and it's this width that tends to interest us for what the ride's going to be like. And in many ways, what gluing on tubulars is going to be like. The wider the rim, the more they tend to suit a cyclocross tubular. Up to a point. If you go much wider, you need to order tubulars that have got wider rim tape, and so on and so forth, so that you don't get so many pinch punctures. What I'm noticing here is that the rim surface is actually looks like it's been rubbed down after it's come out of the mould. Sometimes you'll get carbon rims straight from the factory, and they haven't been prepared after leaving the mould, and you've got release agent on there, and you're never going to be able to get a tub to stick to it unless you spend a bit of time rubbing it down. This one seems to have been rubbed down after that, after it's come out of the mould. Other things to notice, nice that they've got different coloured spokes where the valve's going to come out. It's a same with the spokes, because it's a disc wheel. Obviously, you need space for the disc here. So rather like traditional road wheels, the flanges don't sit in the centre of the forks. So these spokes are at a shallower angle than the ones on this side. So these will need more tension. This has been evened up a bit in this wheel by having an offset rim profile. So you can see the spokes are further over to that side of the rim. So that's a nice thing. The hub seems to, I don't think this is a sticker. It seems to have a carbon centre to it there, which is interesting. It's got a 6-bolt disc fitting. The Shimano fitting is spline fitting are very nice and convenient. Many wheels have this kind of fitting, though. There's a lot of availability, so it's no biggie having not having the spline fitting on there. I'll probably go for something like the SRAM centerline disc. I'll let you know how I get on with those in due course. Okay, so these are the Endcaps, which you should be able to pull out by hand. I won't do that right now, so that you could change these from a 12mm to a 15mm axle if you so wished. Okay, so that was 620 grams. Moving on to the rear. Turn the scales back on. This one, including a rubber band and a 10-speed spacer, is coming in at 785. So what's that going to be? So we're just tipping over the 1.4 kilo mark there for these two. So I'm happy that that's a kind of 100 gram weight saving on what I'd on a pair of wheels I typically ride. So this is looking good. Rear wheel, it's got an asymmetric profile like the front wheel had, to try and get the spokes in the centre of the flanges here, so you've got more even tension between the spokes. It's got the Shimano free hub body. What's quite nice about this is that it has a one of these splines is steel, so that's going to help protect the free hub body from the sprockets digging into it. I'm sure many of you have had a cassette on there, and then it'd be a bit of a struggle to get it off an aluminium free hub body because of all the sprockets digging in. So that's nice to see. The front hub, you remove the Endcaps to change it to a different type of axle. Here you have to replace the whole axle, but you could, I believe, change this to a 15mm if you wanted to, and there are also other free hub body arrangements. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to mention, which is slightly trivial, and will also show you that I have unboxed a pair of these before, is I put a tubular on this one, and having moved from 50mm deep rims to these 38mm ones, this is something I'm really going to enjoy, that you can just put a tubular straight on here, and you've got a small amount of valve extension, valve extending there, just enough to get the pump on, but not enough to rattle around and get clogged up with mud and be really annoying. If you put a valve extender on the deep rim, normally you have this huge bit sticking out. This is nice and convenient, that they're just the right depth to accept the standard length valve that's coming with an FMB tubular. It totally swallows up this tubular. It's a bit difficult to pick up, but that 25-26mm rim with a 33mm tub, you can see that that's going to stay on there really nicely. It's going to corner well, but I can't go on too much about the performance because I haven't ridden them yet, and I will put up another video when I have and let you know how I get on. I'm going to do some summer cyclocross on them. I'm going to do my training on these with some Tuffo tubeless tubs, and then I'm going to see how they get on down Whernside and Pen y Ghent, and if they come away from that in one piece, I'll be very impressed indeed. Thanks for watching.